Throw it in, says Richard.
I guess a bit confused there, the player then. He was trying to hang on to it.
Maney thought he had a free kick.
So early days, Prospect 1-1-7. South are yet to go past halfway, so a bit of a surprise early doors in the grand final. These teams are reasonably close throughout the year, but South have been the dominant 12s team that sat at top of the ladder. Came one pretty much. Prospect have been chasing for most of the year.
So Lockett that just had the kick there, he's actually only 10 years old. Okay, for Prospect, a bottom major.
Yeah,
good little player.
You don't see too many in the bigger clubs, do you? They have to be a good player to be 2 years off the age group, nearly a high tackle. The umpire was right on it. Fantastic work because he just got taken high. So a free kick now to Duncan Rainbird. He's just... The only signal kids have isn't just throw that right hand in the air, which means I'm going long. He kicks to the pocket. It's a good one. Coming out and taking it in his hands was Durkin. He wanted that football, Durkin, and the ball favoured his area just in front of him, and he snapped it up.
But what the kick did, it actually made Durkin move out into the space, and it just put it out in front of him, and he gets a reward for it.
Durkin in front. This will be big from Prospect. He's bombed it high. He's got it up towards the East Coast supporters, and a goal, and they've got two.
Yeah, it was a lovely kick. Just kick to advantage, so the forward could just move out into his space. Bit of a draw kick. Under the pump, South Launceston.
Those that can't see, they won't be able to see this, but go to Play HQ. Harry Durkin's all in capitals. He's like he's yelling at us.
Call me.
He's all in capitals on the score sheet, which is obviously something someone in his... Maybe he was being a naughty boy that night.
Well, some boys wear bright boots or bright helmets. George just goes with the capitals.
Yeah, so g'day to whoever his parents are. You put him in capitals. You know, that's better than... There's a lot of senior players around. I've gone 2% of senior players have written their name in... Well, not written, have typed it in with lowercase.
Really?
Yeah. You might have to just... They do say literacy levels a little low in Tasmania. Literacy levels, I should say, literally.
Literally level?
Literally.
It's literally.
Yeah, there you go. On one of them. South Launceston will need to respond. What are they capable of doing? Here's a turn around the corner by McLaren. It's been marked by Prospect. Very high ball. That's going to be hard to take by Jones. He knocks to the ground. They look a little bit better when the space is on and around them. It's being spilt by French. At the back of the pack comes May. Now some run from South. This is what they're so good at, getting out in space and finding their mates. Williams had it. Up towards half forward. Now the dash from Hart. Keeps rolling away from him. Clever. Taps it to himself. Gathers. Gets scragged. Boot gets to it. Into their forward 50 for the first time. The dangerous hands of Gamble's up there. He can't grab hold of it. He'll go and bash into the pack for a second time. Space from Turner. Onto his left boot. Turner dribbles towards goal. It's still going. I reckon that's smacked into the goalpost.
Great effort.
I love a little bit of footy. There's a danger on the sling. It was a slow sling attack, but there's a danger from South Launceston. They might be able to keep it inside their forward 50 here as well with a little bit of pressure. They're probably going to set up a little better than it is. They've got it set up well now here, South, because the numbers are coming in to defend and create the wall. And they're forced a ball up. Around out 60 metres out from their goal.
Eddie Cook did actually, that number 31, had that last shot on goal. Really good.
He was fantastic, isn't he? He kept at the footy.
Yep.
Showed some speed. Gathered it exceptionally well, which is going to be the key in these all grand finals. So that can be composed, it can gather and keep possession and then dispose of it effectively. It sounds simple, but we saw a lot of fumbling hands in that Div 2 grand final.
What the last game showed is, it's a bit high, taken high. East Coast had all the play in the first quarter, and Deloraine ended up coming a winner. So South are under a fair bit of pressure here, but long way to go in the game yet.
Yeah, you don't want to be too concerned, do you? Particularly if you're South, you've been so dominant throughout the year, out of bounds, right in front of the interchange bench. Is that Milne down there on the interchange bench just bashing a program? Dave Milne looked like he was doing something with the program. Anyway, the ball's loose.
Oh, gotcha.
Nearly worked Worked out by Mains, getting a little bit involved in the game, swung out by Prospect, and I reckon it's out of the full.
Coach Cheek just going for the mark on the boundary line there, nice trying to get himself involved.
Nice to get a touch, isn't it, in the grand final, even if you are a bench coach. You need to stay on your feet, don't you? You went down the knees a little too early. Then French. There's a little box kick. Out towards French. Goes back to where it came. McLaren unable to grab hold of it. Goes a second time, McLaren. I'd love a late goal here, South, but they're probably not going to get it as we're ticking down what's been a possession-wise and territory-wise a dominant first quarter from the Prospect Hawks. And they've got a very late chance of getting a goal, but that's a fabulous smother coming through late was James Lynch. And that will pretty much, I reckon, do it for the quarter. So 15 minutes flat. And a little surprise here in the Div1 12s at NTJFA Grand Final. 2-1-13 Prospect Hawks. South Lonnie just the one behind. I'm a little curious before we go in from you, Roach, on some stats from you, Wilders. Potentially the inside 50s and the possession-wise, possession percentage.
Across the board, Peach, dominated by Prospect. 6 inside 50s to 1. Free kicks 6-1 as well. Clearances, they were 5-2, and marks 4-2. So Prospect certainly getting hands on the ball and dominating.
In every metric, including the scoreboard, Prospect had the advantage. Nathan Warren, some comments.
Yeah, as the stats reflect, Prospect with a lot of the play there in the scoreboard. Sam Sullivan was really good, obviously, with a goal, and Harry Durkin with a goal, but I thought Noah Jones was instrumental, set up that first goal. Oscar Alexander's been busy, and Harry Durkin with his big mitts taking the mark and kicking the goal, with Campbell Main working hard and Lockie French for South. Just need a few more to go with them.
Look, they've had a couple of good minutes. We might start on air because the breaks are so short. We had a couple of good minutes from South just at the very end where we saw their danger. They don't get sucked in the ball. They're able to get their runners. They've got a couple of linkage handballs. They've got the ball forward. But it was pretty much 80% of it inside the forward 50 for Prospect.
Absolutely. But South, Jet Norton, he's a goal kicker, so if they can sort of get it forward, they've got the calibre of players around them to get on the scoreboard. Sawyer Hart's a nice big presence down there, so don't count South out of it yet. I think they'll come back.
Oh, South will definitely come back. Well, actually, we'll have a quick break. We'll go have a drink. We'll be back. It's 1.2-1-13 Prospect with the early lead. Second quarter action, all the work here for South Launceston Bulldogs. Before we kick in, the wind is definitely up, and it looks like we're in for maybe a little bit of light rain as well, but conditions are still better than what we've seen over, or maybe what was expected. But just, Nathan, I'm interested. What's South's plan in this first 5 minutes?
I think just don't go away from what they've done all year. I've mentioned some of the players they've got out there. They've definitely got the cattle to do it. They've just got to turn into the first part of the second quarter. So let's see what they can answer with.
So second quarter action, NTJFA, a Division 1 grand final. Thanks to Byron for the stream today. So straight away, there's those linkages, handballs. Oh, the spin was brilliant from Gamble. He didn't really have anyone to dispose of it, though, out towards Bennett. He's going to have to chase this one down. He's had a good first quarter, and then he gets slung down onto the ground and out of bounds. Or is it a free kick here? It's holding the ball.
Yep. Eddie Cook was really good there out of that stoppage. He gave the handball, give the hands to the running player.
So a bit of speed. Gamble falls into the hole. He quickly plays on. Little kick out the back of the pack. Well, is there a 50 or is that a goal?
Well, it's a goal.
Was inside the protected area there.
So either way, obviously you would have thought there's a goal, but Gamble's going to have one straight in front. Regardless, the result's going to be the same. So straight away, South are on the board.
Straight into the net.
That's not there.
The non-net that we think's blown somewhere into the city overnight, and South have steadied early in this second quarter.
Yeah, well done to South. Just took territory there and just got the ball forward. It might have been a bit dirty, but it got there, and Harry Gamble gets the rewards.
So a couple of moments for Gamble, the captain, one of the four captains. Lynch, yes, Williams, Jack Turner, all listed as captains for South Launceston. I think Brisbane did that in their premiership years. They had like 3 or 4 captains.
Worked for them.
Yeah, absolutely. That's an important one then. Jack Turner involved. Suddenly, there it is again. Exactly the same play as the opening minutes. French dragged down. Prospect now turned it around and defending, and a good chest mark taken by Will Cheek. Clever kick by Cheek. A good diving grab, just getting in the turf. So Howard has it. Had a runner going past, decides the boot is the option. Up towards half forward, another nice set of hands. So a good little passage here. It's out towards Noah Jones. He's had a good first quarter. Jones towards the pocket. Waiting around Dazinga. Hodgetts. High ball towards the pocket. There's players waiting for it to land. That was nearly a wonderful defensive mark taken. Missed by Williams in the end. Still a live ball here for Prospect. Alexander. There's one player, just fallen down behind play. Good defence because that ball was away. Great little contest just off the middle of the ground and the ball up.
I wonder if we're seeing a difference of styles here. South look to be trying to get territory with the wind when you see Prospect work it up. Chip, mark.
Yeah, the leg speed of South's the thing that's been so good for them this year.
Oh, fend off.
McLaren. Waiting to pick it up. Just a little delay then. Finally goes in and I said, I'll go get it. Swirly ball. Hard to mark. Taken by Cook. Punchy handball. Only finds Kabishley, who's got the ball now. Gets it up towards half forward. Out towards Oscar Alexander, who's had a bit of it. And he's given away a free. And the Bulldogs will just steady.
Nice kick inside.
It's a lateral ball movement to Cook. And then the run starts for the Bulldogs off half back. The spilt by Shipper. Standing up strongly was Tom Bailey for Prospect. High was Luck, unable to bring it down. Tazinga taps it to himself. A little scrappy. Still live footy, a bit like the Division 2 game where the ball rarely stopped.
Here's a go.
Great defensive. Brilliant. Last little handball out towards Cheek. didn't clear the defensive space. Back inside their forward 50. I was waiting for a long time under that was Duncan Rainbird.
Umpires again, as the last game, they're just letting it go, aren't they? They're not hot on the whistle, which is good.
You can hear the crowd, the tempo just lift when two players are chasing the ball down, particularly just on this side. Kabishley slung, nearly did the 360. At the last moment, just had the handle. Prospect done well here just to control that because they've got a couple of players out. It's nicely marked by Noah Jones. Kick is just on the line. Had a good angle of that one.
Boundary umpire.
Yeah, that's nothing wrong with that. Noah Jones has been good for Prospect.
Really check, just holding off. It's just space well off the ball here, Prospect. If this ball does get taken out by... Now they're just saying the player up, man up now, the Bulldogs. Oh, well done then.
There's Jones.
Jones with a quick ball. Nearly marked by Shipper. It's a tough one. It is swirly again. The breeze is having an impact on the game. There we go. Up Sadoozy.
Great safe tackle again. Good tackle is a safe tackle.
The landing was effective. I got a ball up. So it's a bit of a stalemate at the moment. This Prospect rushed the ball forward. Thomas. It was a throw.
He shovelled that out, didn't he?
Wasn't a shovel. It was his hands throwing it.
I think he shovelled it.
How do you work on a shovel?
Haven't done it for a few years now, mate.
Okay, we're on the side. The 450. Good tackle laid by Robinson. The Bulldogs just hold firm for now. Good little chase on. Down at first is French. Kabishley in there. A nice little handball. Bennett with a kick that, once again, that's his second out of bounds to full Bennett. The South players just struggling to get himself up after a bit of a knock.
What's going on here?
It's called out in the full boundary umpire.
Yeah, it was out of bounds.
Umpire Bennett's overruled.
Play it down.
Yeah, they're just going to hold it here. It's only a concussion rule, isn't it, when the clock can stop? A little sore.
Never want to see a play go down at the best of times, let alone in a grand final and early at that.
A lot of movement here. The trainers come out. The runners are out. There's a lot going on in this grand final at the moment with the adults trying to just take a little bit of anxiety off. He's going to come off the ground.
Cook, who's been good for them. 31.
So Eddie Cook looks like he's coming off the ground, and as he's hobbling off, the play continues. Bashed out of the pack. So South with a goal early in this second quarter. Hart had it, and then the defenders came. Once again, set up well just behind the ball here. Prospect at the stoppages. Bailey. Now the run of Bennett. And the ball gets inside forward 50. Is there a hold or is that a mark? Either way, he won the mark in the end and needed as well as Prospect have just settled after that early South Lonnie goal. The ball's a little wide though, and it evades the hands of Laidlaw and out of bounds.
It is Eddie Cook. I hope he's okay. Looks like a bit of an ankle the way they carried him off there, so let's hope he's okay.
South Launceston are in the Bradcock's Goodyear change rooms for most of the day too. The North Lonnie ones, they've got all the teams across the 2 days, and all their supporters are here. There's probably 150, 200 South supporters.
Have they officially been renamed that? Have they, Pete?
They have now.
And once again, a lot of the fans are just standing on the fence and leaning on it, just like they're...
Well, that's what you do at the footy, isn't it? You lean on the fence and...
Yeah.
Not for much longer, though. Bit of redevelopment. The standing on the fence may not happen for much longer.
There'll be just seats, most parts. Maybe not so much there. I don't think they're going to fill in there, but there'll be less spots to lean on the fence. The ball's been spilt by Hopwood. Bit of a lacklustre couple of minutes here as neither side's able to get clean possessions. Dazinga busts his way through a little small gap. The opening was there. The kick was effective. Prospect finally dart forward in open space. Got high as he kicked for goal. It's dribbling. Robinson with a special.
You ask and you shall receive again, mate. There it is.
Henry Robinson, what a ripper.
Minus touch, Peach.
Yeah. Well done.
It needed a lift. And Prospect have found it, and they go back up by a couple again.
Well done, Robinson. Just find him here and mark him off. Henry.
Well, he hasn't had too many touches, but that was goal.
That's all he needs.
And 4 or 5 goals is going to be a reasonable tally. Maybe up to 6 is what's going to be needed to win the grand final. And South's body language is hard to tell, but look a little flat at the moment.
Yeah, it's hard to get a gauge on them. I think they're definitely a better side than how they're playing at the moment. So still not going to write them off. Well,
Campbell can get on the end of this one. There he is. Tried to win the footy, unable. Tried to find Harry Morrison. There's Gamble. Just kicks the ball straight into the pack. Morrison. And somehow, without actually getting the ball, Prospect, they've moved it 15 metres towards their goal.
They're just lacking that impact around the contest here, South, of anyone trying to get their hands on the ball and break it apart.
Yeah, that little bit of drive out of the contest, aren't they? And then that quick handle and the release of the ball. They're
a bit reactive. They're not proactive. So they're just waiting to see what happens. Whereas Prospect are going in and getting it and just keep moving it forward.
Well, there's one that's been going in a lot. Dazinga wasn't able to get through there. Gamble tries to tap to himself. This is better though. There's that run we spoke about. They need to get the ball up, moving towards their forward 50. A little slow getting in there. Duncan Rainbird was good then for Prospect. Nearly a juggled mark by Bent. Is that a disposal? No, it's not. Once again, Prospect's defensive pressure has been outstanding.
Well, I haven't seen him come back on, but he's out there now. So Eddie Cook, miraculous recovery, if that's him, or I've got the wrong person when he went off. One of the either, but well done.
Charlie Bennett again for Prospect. Nice grab by French. Good little chip into the pocket. Spill it late. Hart couldn't get it. Wonderful work then by McGrath. Maybe just went out of bounds on the full. Yes, it did. In fact, it's going to be out of bounds. So it's going to be a ball up here. 20 metres out from the South goal.
First time we've seen him inside 50 this quarter.
Outside the goal that they kicked. Yeah, certainly.
Maybe the second time then.
First time. Well, first time for about 5 minutes, I reckon. We've nearly gone 13 minutes.
Okay.
We do. How many is it on the stat sheets, Wilders?
Don't want to correct on there, Roach, but actually the 6th time inside 50 for South.
I think he meant to say in the last 7 minutes.
The last 30 seconds.
Dazinga spinning and spinning in the washing cycle. Unable to get out, and that's going to be a ball up in the crowd. Like that one.
Gamble's working hard, isn't he? He's just willing himself on it. He's trying to give him every first use of it.
Yeah. Over the top was Turner. Turner again for a second time. There's Jackson, Kirbishley. Don't worry about dyeing the hair when you wear a fluoro helmet. It's been good though, Kirbishley. There he is. His hands are ready for it. He couldn't quite take possession.
Bit of rinse and repeat at the moment. Repeat stoppages.
Here's a bit of a different feel than that first sort of 10 minutes. It's been a grind from both teams, but it's effective at the moment for Prospect. They're stymieing any opportunity for South to get that game, the run and gun game that they are so used to.
Working hard main there. He'll just keep going. Little tackling machine.
Turner couldn't get it. Kirbishley now. It's going to bounce here effectively, I reckon. Nearly by Durkin, the goal kicker. Now it's been rushed out by Bennett. inside forward 50. Robertson, the goal kicker from a few moments ago. He's lurking around the football. Coming in late was Hodgetts. And coming in later was the umpire. And a ball up. Now the numbers come for South because there are probably one or two less than. Noah Jones now on the ball. Oh, nearly in the lap of Alexander.
10 seconds.
Kabishli, what magic can he do? He gets it around the corner. They need a mark here. Prospect, the ball just evades. It's still an opportunity for Robinson. 1-2 tackle, siren hoots. And it's 1-1-7. The only goal for South Launceston was in that quarter to Prospect. 3-1-19. Goal kickers, Sam Sullivan, Henry Robinson with that beauty, and Harry Durkin with the chest mark and set shot. And Gamble, the only goal kicker, which he actually kicked the goal, but then got a 50 downfield and then slotted it through, no problems. But danger signs now, I would have thought, for for South Launceston, Roach.
Yes, they're, again, well, I think we sort of noticed they seem a little bit flat, which if you're flat in the grand final, it's not a good start. But again, I'm not going to count them out of it. They've shown they can get it forward and actually score when they do. I mentioned him. Harry Gamble was great from that way, that quarter. Campbell Main just working tirelessly. Eddie Cook, if it was him that went off injured, he had a
Lazarus,
that's him, yeah. He had a great quarter. Oscar Alexander for Prospect. Noah Jones. Kirbishley, has been super, along with their goal kickers in Sullivan and Durkin.
I'd say overall, though, Prospect deserved to have a 2-goal lead here in the grand final. It's Div 1, 12's grand final. NTJFA, Aaron Roberts, Nathan Warren and Will Tatchell, all inside the commentary box, which will be covered for the next couple of days by Byron Stream. But it's a lead for Prospect by a couple. Here, we'll have a break. Back soon. Rightio. We're back into it again, and I've just had an unusual stat. Wilders isn't here at the moment. We've had a plover egg squashed on the ground. I've never seen that. Paul Plover has landed around. It's been saw it quite often in the first game, and in the second one, it's actually somehow decided to try and breed on the ground. But the players have squashed the egg. It's an unusual scenario. We don't see that. It's usually immaculate, this ground, but a plover egg. Anyway, we're back in the action. It's all the work here needs to be done by South Launceston. They're a couple of goals down. 1-1. 7-3-1-19, and let's see if they can find their magic roach in this second half.
I just want them to take the game on now. You know, they've been back on their heels a little bit. They just need to be up on their toes, and they just need to take the game on. As I said, they've got the cattle to do it. Harry Gamble's been super in the ruck for them. Let's see what they can do.
And the weather's good again. The wind's still going. It's hard to say. It's a little swirly on the ground level, but it seems to go on the right-hand side of the screen.
Yeah, the sock swung around, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's just swung a little bit more sort of north-northwesterly, and that's a good mark.
That's the capital, Durkin.
Kicked a goal. Here's a bomb too. There's an advantage of the wind because it's gone out the back of the pack, but Lynch has been cleaning up down there. The janitor for South Donny, his first quarter, he had a lot of the ball as Prospect dominated. Now they're trying to find a little bit of movement off half-back. It's out towards Cook. And it now goes over the boundary line. Any stats from you, Wilders?
Not stats. Apologies for my tardiness. Returning, just had to remove a plover's egg from my ground.
Just talking about the plover egg then.
So, had reported down there and it's been removed, so it shouldn't be a problem for the second half.
I'm surprised you didn't have that as a stat. We were just saying that.
Number of plover eggs removed from ground, 1.
But unfortunately, the plover egg was a little squished.
I used the word removed very loosely.
Okay, fair enough. Just ball just trickling out. South trying to get some speed and frustration then from Campbell Main as he thought he had that one, but then just fell over at the last minute.
We're half hoping one of these sides breaks it apart here in this third quarter, premiership quarter, aren't we?
Very sluggish, hasn't it been? This first half's been very sluggish compared to the last game, which was just...
It was a great, really
fantastic. Yeah, fantastic game of football. A lot of boundary throw-ins as well. Sun is out though. The wind has maybe just picked up, and it's sort of going from a sort of nearly across the ground to the bottom pocket, just the city end of the ground. So right-hand side of the screener. Been going that way for most, and it probably will stay that way for most of the day. Punching out Adams, and then the ball gets loose there. Dogs with numbers at the contest.
It's Chet Norton's first touch. He's been a goal kicker for South Launceston. I think he finished pretty high up in the goal kicking this year. Little crafty forward.
Dazinga just popped the ball out.
Jones,
Noah. Can he drill one? Yes. The Hawks with their fourth. And this now is a concerning lead for South Launceston.
Yeah, great by Noah Jones there. And he knows about it. He was good. Pinned the ears back, took the grass, got the job done.
It's pretty dramatic when you get a free ball from the middle, floats inside 50, how free that is compared to the rest of the game.
Yep.
Well, that's just an example of the Andy Dencio, isn't it? Where I think in times kids aren't getting sucked in that spot extra. And when the ball gets out, it can flow. Yep. The problem is, South Launceston aren't taking advantage of that. They're really struggling to get generating any energy out of those ruck contests and stoppages.
Well, just looking at the body language of their backs, their hands on hips, their heads are down. They just need to get up and about.
Well, can they find something through Morrison? Great grab. Juggled once by Cook. Tried to find a runner. Then he just rushed his teammate, though, as Marley Cook came through. The other of the Cooks. So the two chefs are trying to do something at the moment for South Launceston that are struggling.
I like it, what you did there, mate.
Little tap off the ground. There's the handball, but just not hitting the target.
Yeah,
it's probably. I mean, I think it's still they need to play that game, and that's the way that Turner will play. He'll try and find a runner, and there's another try and find a runner.
Looking here, Pete, the wingers for South Launceston are pushed right into the contest rather than holding their width, and then they've got nothing to dish out to from the contest.
So no lateral ball movement
No,
to keep that
possession.
possession.
I'd love to see those wingers hold their width.
Well, they did work it inside their forward 50. I think that's Turner. Is that? No, it's actually Gamble then. Nearly did a little cricket stop with one knee down there, didn't he? Oh. That might be a chance as it's being knocked out. No, it's going to stay in play. The wind helping then. Two players chasing after the footy. Well, first to it was French, but he just sort of fell over the football. And the umpire said a throw.
Called it, sorry, mate, you called it before that handball. I don't mind it. Like Gamble went to give that handball receive, bit of speed on the ball, and then there was another one. The hands didn't come off, but that's what they need to do.
Yeah. It's their game, so they're trying to create width in the contest to then allow a player to have more time to make a better decision.
Yep.
So now it's French, who's been one of their better players. The kick's okay, but they just haven't anyone going for the football. They're just losing a bit of motivation at the moment. Morrison's been great, though. He's been one of the few that's been engaged in this game. Goes the second time. Just bashes inside forward 50. The defender's there. Now the chase is on. Marley Cook gets it in front of himself. He needs some help from a teammate just to get at the back. That's exactly where he needed to be. On to Norton. Screws it around the corner. Great defensive mark. Might be Bennett. No, it's actually Bennett's got the long sleeves. Anyway, good work then from Prospect.
That was Will McGrath.
McGrath, thank you. That's not whole. Well, like he's saying he handballed. A great job with the umpire. He was right there. It might have been a push in the back. Not called. I thought Norton then was a little unlucky and a ball up.
Yeah, he's one I said who can come into the game and could turn the game for them. He's lively up there.
So pressure. This is the moment for Prospect because they can win the game right now by not letting South get a goal because they're certainly starting to lift here. South Launceston shot towards goal, but right in the box was Lockett. Good kick from Lockett.
Here we go. They've got the +1 here. The overlap.
They certainly do. Dazinga might get the little roll out here. Doesn't quite come out. Then he lays some pressure. Then he gets it for a second time. Gets his knees taken out. Is that just example of South Donny's being sucked towards the contest and not getting that space? Nice work by Lockie French, but the kick's astray and defensive mark from Prospect.
Is this kick and link play again, Peach?
Yeah, it's a different style. I mean, at the moment, Prospect style's winning, but the South Donny style could be effective.
Watch this bounce.
See how it goes.
Good defending.
Geez, we've had some fun in this pocket today. It's been lively. It's been a spot because of Norwesterly that you can nearly score anywhere. Kabishley now, he likes this pocket. So we've seen some stuff right there. I get nervous every time that little bit of grass is engaged. We don't know what's going to happen. He's there again. Centres the ball. Nearly a brilliant kick to Jones. He couldn't quite mark it. Second opportunity onto it. Williams in there first. Jones again. Back of the pack.
They're peppering.
They're really struggling here at the moment. A second opportunity. Wonderful, frenetic footy, and Kabishley in the end just takes it to ground.
I'll stop breathing there for a minute. It's lively.
So it's 1-1-7. Prospect with a 3-goal lead. And they're right within moments of kicking in a 4-goal lead. Nearly off the back of the pack. The ball's been cleared for now, but not for long. It's been gobbled up by Mason.
Go back and kick it.
Yep. And his mates are saying, slow down, take your time, take even a few more steps back.
Keep it low, drive through it.
Lincoln Mason now. What a kick this is.
He's
slotted it.
I like it.
They're up by 4. Are we heading towards a little upset?
I reckon South have got something left that they're going to throw here.
Well, they're trying though. Like there's some things they're trying. The skill just probably not coming off, but they're actually trying to put speed on the ball to get it inside 50. Because I think if they do, they've got the players up there that can kick a score.
Well, they certainly need to take a leaf out of Prospect's book. You look at them from half back then, straight to an inside 50 in one play rather than mucking around with it on centre wing. On a big ground like this, just get it moving quickly.
Territory game.
Yeah, you're right. You can see, so the narrative at the moment is the game from Prospect, long ball, get their tools, get the ball inside forward 50, create a bit of chaos, they're scoring, put pressure on, get their forwards in, and don't let that ball come out. South Launceston are trying, and they've been good in the middle. They've got quite a few clearances. They've actually probably won the clearances, I reckon, out of the middle at the moment, but they're just inability to get any flow going in their game. Dazinga gets to it first. He's been great. It's a clever little chip kick up to one of his teammates.
In Cheek.
Cheek's chasing. He's now got it. Goes a second time, tries to funnel the ball up to his hands.
So just to show that game style change, South Launceston yet to take a mark in this quarter. Prospect already up to 6 marks.
There you go.
And you would have said the South Bonnie run game, maybe on a smaller venue, very effective, score heavily, get the ball inside their forward 50. But on the larger expanse of this ground, the Prospect game plan and their style is definitely working. And they're going to go forward again, Prospect Hawks.
French.
That's been good from French. Probably been their best midfielder. Gets the ball up towards half forward, but the ball's been marked again by Howard. Good kick from Howard. Trying to find Alexander. He's always got time on his hands. That's clever from Alexander. Dropped by Duncan Rainbird.
It's done well.
Out towards Crocker. They get a bit of movement here, Bulldogs. But once again, where's that second person coming in and helping?
They've got everyone condensed into that flank down there. There's no one creating width or space.
No one went to help them. They have won a free kick. Literally no one to kick to. And then goes short. It's okay. French has got it. He then gets it moving a little quicker. That's better. Missed him. Wow, towards Norton. Hawks with pressure and Hawks with numbers.
It's Alexander again. It is. Sorry, no, it's not. My mistake. The long black sleeves got me. I thought it was Jones.
Dogs repel that little attack from Prospect. Clever, evasive. Milner. Making some important marks in defence at the moment, Prospect. Missed by Morrison. Rupert Williams had it.
You look at the difference in their forward lines. They've actually got nice sized targets to kick to Prospect, so they can put a bit of air on the ball and compete for it, where South have to probably go in a bit lower and sort of because they've got the smalls.
Duncan Rainbird coming over the top. I'm going to give away a free kick. It is. It's going to be a Williams ball here. Lateral one out wide. Gamble there first. Gets the ball at ground level. Has a second go at it. Manages to get it onto his boot.
Plover's in play here.
Plover would have left.
That's there. There he is.
Still there. French has got it. And then French has lost it. Gee, the ball's just not helping anyone at the moment. A bit of run now from Williams. His kick inside. Quick play on. Maybe the handball over the top was a good option by Cook. Spinning around in the pocket. Norton.
I think he's got the kick, has he?
He's a little ginger, is he?
Very late, but he's got the free kick.
It looks like it deserved a free kick from Norton.
No, it's not.
It's not
him.
Norton, though, is it?
No. Well, he might get it, though.
Norton in there again. A little scrag. Ball comes out. It's going to be French waiting underneath it. Too far out to score. Is there a lead from anyone? He's going to pop it to the top of the square. Try and get someone at the back.
And he's missed it.
And I'm not really sure what Worthington was doing then.
Did he think it was touched?
Well, maybe it was touched. Can't hear from here, but Worthington decided to play on the right pocket. That was a massive missed opportunity for the Dogs.
The Dogs. Like it.
Well, that was a throw.
It was paid a mark there, Peach.
Right.
Not touched. He chose to play on there.
And he did a handball spike. Problem is you need that pass from someone. You can't do a handball spike from yourself.
Fair to say they need a goal here, South Launceston.
And you're a man who rarely understates things too, Roach. I reckon you're spot on. There's Gamble. Snaps it out of the pack.
Correct.
Penny was there. Now it's out towards Lockett. Pressure coming from Main. Curls it back in. Hawks with numbers. If it falls their way, there he is again, French. He's been brilliant in this quarter. And now a bit more dash from Williams. He uses hands. Williams on towards Hart. The kick not that effective. He's run a long way to get a kick. Then Campbell Main, and he's booted out of bounds on the full.
He wasn't happy with himself either.
4 goals is a long way to come back in a quarter of footy when you kick 1 for the game. They are kicking probably to the scoring end. The sock, though, is just...
It is swinging around everywhere.
Yeah, it is.
Doing 360.
Every time I look up, it's going in a different direction. That could be a top ball. It is. It's a South's opportunity. And it's Gamble with it. He's in the left pocket. He's pumped. It's a very challenging kick, though, isn't it, Wilders? You've got the breeze over your shoulder. It's a tough shot to spot. Tough spot to kick.
Going to back him in here, Pete.
He's a good kick.
He loves a goal.
But he might have to try
Left
and screw it around. See, there's a win. Just take the ball and push it across the face. Very challenging. It was a good kick, but I think it was one where you needed to try and nearly put some curl on it, right to left.
They're the ones you look back on and go, geez, I wish I'd kicked that in the grand final.
So 1-3. They've had... So Plover's still there. It's like a century.
Give it to him. He's free.
He's free. He's on his own.
In this corridor, too.
Right, that was in the end. I feel a bit flat. It was a disappointing quarter from South. 1-3. 9. It's all prospect at the moment. 5-1-31. They made every use of territory and inside forward 50s. We might just jump to you first, Wilders, because I reckon it felt like South had more inside 50s and a few more clearances that quarter. What do your stats say?
For that quarter, South had 6-5 inside 50s and clearances were 3-2. But as we alluded to before, the glaring difference was the marks. 8 marks to prospect and 4, with 3 of those coming late in that third quarter to South.
So the metrics are evening up after the first half, but the problem is the scoreboard's where it's really being heard by
it just shows you that difference in style of play. Get it in early, create opportunities, and look what happens on the scoreboard.
South Lonnie still a lot of space for prospect to work, but very little space for South Launceston. A few of the better players from both sides, Nathan. We have a very brief break.
Yeah, mate. Well, it's usual suspects for South, unfortunately. They just need a few to go with them. And Harry Gamble, Campbell Main, Harry Morrison actually stepped up that quarter and was serviceable with Lockie French and Eddie Cook. But Prospect just had all the play, and they're actually a lot more even across the board. Oscar Alexander's had a great game, but I think Noah Jones probably one of their most important players for that quarter and got them keeping them right in front.
Well, it's 3/4 time. There's a lot of work. They've got a mountain to climb here, South Launceston. Can they manage? They possibly could. Maybe they're one of the few sides in this 12 Div 1 that can do it. We'll have a break here. One more quarter of Div 1 12 action to come. Right, as we bring home this 12 grand final, the question is, on everyone's lips, even those that aren't watching, including the... Well, you've got something first, Wilders.
No, I've just thought you were going to allude to the fact that Prospect got 19 on the field with that Plover.
No, we probably need to cut down the Plover jokes.
What, incorporate some dad jokes?
Well, it is Dad's Day this weekend.
It is.
G'day to all the dads out there. Yep, tomorrow. Haven't your kids alluded to it, Wilders?
Every day is Father's Day in my house.
Ball up. So 4 goals is what's required in a quarter of football in a 12s game at UTAS Stadium. It seems like a daunting task, but let's see the Bulldogs at least get one early. When you get one, the second one can come quite quickly. They've set up well here, though, Prospect. Some numbers behind this ball. See how clean they can be around it. Nice little contest then from McGrath, but in the end he gave a free kick away. So that Cook with a play on. Kicks okay to a spot. Lack of energy then from a couple of Dogs players, though. Really to appear quite flat towards Main. The barging effort coming out was Duncan Rainbird, who's been a force for Prospect. Both back half, he's moved up the ball. Dash now from Alexander, who's been great today. I think his mum's a match manager, Ali. High ball there, or high tackle, I should say. Rush ball back inside. Forward 50. And it's been won out by Howard. Dribbling over the boundary line. You can see how bad the day is. A few bins over. I reckon the amount of stats of how many bins I saw lost their rubbish around where I lived last night.
97 bins down across the 7250 postcode.
60 metres out from goal. The Dogs kicking to the scoring end, we think anyway. Cook involved, that's Marley. He's the sous chef at the moment. We need the head chef just to come in. Do something. Been dropped by Main. The flick handball comes out. The Dogs are pushing here. The ground level was Cook. And the boundary line's the winner.
Just hope the South Kitchen is open for business at the moment.
Well, actually, we'll throughout the stream, we probably should just mention some of the best canteens. I think Longford's won again. That's the talk. There were some chips and gravy I smelled earlier. No one shared them with us, though, did they?
No.
They went straight past the commentary position, straight down to the scorer's box. Kubishley, the ball, he knocks it out. Pressure now, McLaren there for South.
We might need a canteen report from down in the bellows of UTAS.
Mason, no luck.
He's your other chef.
There's the other one, Cook, out towards Main. He's having a bit of the footy, Main, but he needs a couple of mates to come along the journey with him, and that's out of bounds.
Just another stoppage.
Tell you, actually, does a decent canteen. Tamer, up at Grub Street.
Yep.
Yes.
And they've got a good little coffee van there too. Shout out to all the volunteers once again. That's Main. Tight in the pocket. Ground just wasn't deep enough then for Gamble to gobble it. And he just falls on the football. A stoppage would be okay.
The 50th stoppage for the game there, Beach. And that's a genuine stat?
It's hard to know. We'll just see if anything's genuine, but thanks, mate. We'll take it. You say it with so much confidence, even I believe you.
Yep, calling them back.
Gamble in the ruck. Prospect with the release. And it's a fat mark taken by Mason. Mason's been pretty good today.
Yeah, it's been good, hasn't he?
Out the back now, Bennett also been good for Prospect. Gets it a second time. There's a free kick, though. That's for the non-controlling umpire. It's going to be a free kick back to the Bulldogs. And at the moment, the weather's a little gloomy again, and so's the prognosis for South Launceston Bulldogs. Another big torp inside forward 50. Juggled by Adams, was dropped. He then goes forward and lays a tackle. Ineffective. Bulldogs have hardly had it easy disposal. It's been such a grind and wonderful performance. That was nearly a throw out on towards Turner. Now they make a little build. Nearly had it in his hands. Just dropped it last bit of Prospect.
Wonderful. Two balls on the ground here.
There is the balloon.
An East Coast balloon.
Well, it's going to probably disappear up in the sky in a minute. Good by Jones. Tapped it to himself. French came through to lay some pressure. And then James Lynch decided to sit on him.
Yeah, chance go begging there by Jet Norton. Really needed to gobble that one up and have a shot on goal there.
5 inside 50s to South in the first 5 minutes here. Prospect yet to go past halfway.
They haven't really had a shot on goal, have they, Wilders?
No, you can go inside many times as you want. If you're not getting shots on goal, it doesn't make a big difference.
I feel like we're sort of commentating for South at the moment, just commentating for this game to get a little closer. We think it should be closer, but it's been brilliant from Prospect, well coached, and their better players have really stuck to probably a fairly simple game plan that suits the style of team. That's be out of bounds.
Downfield.
Tater downfield here for a late hit.
So little McGrath, he doesn't look well either.
Prospect ball, Bailey's got it. He'll go towards the middle. It's a good option from Bailey. Might have been just a little shove then on Bennett. Now it's back out. Run now from Williams. He'll get to it first. You'll have to be quick though. You just felt the pressure then from Charlie Bennett was perceived, and it certainly came as well. McGrath, I should say not McGrath, there's Norton. He's had a few opportunities, hasn't he, Norton? But he's been not his day, I would have said, for young Jet Norton.
Young Will McGrath has just gone off holding his elbow, so I hope he's okay and it's not gets through okay.
Well, it's a real slow grind at the moment for Prospect, as Edda's holding the space, and Dogs are charging at this game, but they're really ineffective at any great disposals inside forward 50. Can this be one? But once again, it's a high ball. Gamble waits. Wow! Here he comes. Turner was there. Turner says, I'm just going to squish it. Handball out. Shot towards goal. Tighten the pockets.
No
and it's gone across the face. He's on the wrong side, isn't he, for the magic to occur out of bounds.
He actually had more time there. He probably could have ran in a bit further. He's needed his mates around him to take the grass.
So 139 to 5-1-31. Prospect with a convincing lead in the Div1 12 Grand Final. Gamble in the ruck. Turner nearly hands to it. Dazinga with a rush ball. And there's the story of the day. 2 rush kicks with territory falling in the hands of Prospect players. The charge is on, though, still from Prospect. Giving up here. They want to get a score to completely put this game away. Now out towards O'Keefe, I should say. Out towards Hart, I should say. Into the 450 again. It's Norton. Spins. High ball. Who's going to get underneath this and grab it? Gamble can't. Bottom of the pack. Snap towards goal. They've got one.
Lucky
yes. French scores. Is there a heartbeat with South? It feels like a long way off still. But at least they've got one. 2-3 to 5-1.
If there is a heartbeat, they need to get it elevated even further than that.
Hopefully they don't need the defibrillator yet. Down the hallway here, we've got one. But that, unfortunately...
It's going to be hard. Just looking at the way Prospect defenders are setting up, they have been really disciplined on manning up their direct opponent, making it really difficult for the number of times South go inside 50. The Prospect defenders are doing a terrific job to hold them up.
Again, across the board, they've got some bigger bodies, and if South do go to the air, their bigger defenders are bringing it to the ground.
Yeah, that's a good point. So, the story, 2-3 to 5-1. They've got it a little closer. They've got it under 3. Kirbishley couldn't win it. Gamble, he'll boot it off the ground. It's been pretty useful, Morrison.
He's been busy, hasn't he?
That's clever by Cook. Get a goal here.
He's got it.
Finally found some space. Turns around the corner. We've got a couple in a minute. The Dogs are back. The Dogs are back. We don't know anything. The Dogs are back.
He's got the ability to step up. I've been saying
he's been desperate for space, hasn't he?
Absolutely.
The question is, where's this been all game? This was their bread and butter coming into the game, and they've just proven it in 2 goals in 30 seconds.
Yep. It's hard to measure momentum, but they haven't had any all day to right now, and they're within a couple.
I can measure momentum, Peach. We're on the scale of momentum. We're at we've just gone from 47 to 64% for South.
Is on a percentage, is it? Well, they've got back in this game 3-3-21. It's 10 points. I didn't think we could get this one close a few minutes ago, but in 90 seconds, 2 goals, and that was a beauty from Norton. He's been threatening And now the midfield's starting to move. And they've actually simplified their game. They've maybe got rid of the handball. They are just trying to get the ball forward. Definitely a change in tactics here for South Launceston. Great work then by French. He's been involved. Turner, can he go down again? It's a great little contest with Duncan Rainbird. They're down on the ground. Turner still got it. And now the umpire will take it.
So a bit of a change-up they've done. They've got Sawyer Hart in the ruck now, and it's got Gamble more on the ball, so he can actually play as that big-bodied mid to try and just keep forcing it forward.
Adams' tackle in the end there was fantastic. Bennett first to it. He gets around Bent, has a bounce. He's going to lose the footy here. Pressure. He might get it back here. The little things are going back towards the Dogs. And the umpire said, you took him a little high. So everything going. And then he reckoned he played on past the free kick, so have to go back.
Bit of a momentum shift, isn't there?
Definitely changed, hasn't it, Wilders? The momentum
into the 70% now.
Is that like the what's the ratio thing at the cricket? What's that called?
The win
viz.
Yeah. The dog viz is up here at the moment. High ball.
Here we go.
Norton. Oh, here we go.
Here he is again.
Over at the back of the pack.
Great defending.
And you can hear the prospect crowd are going bananas.
Thousands in the ground.
It does feel like it's lifted here. Cheek. And it's good, steady kick. There he is. Charlie Bennett. He's been fantastic.
Oh, what's he paid here?
He played a hold. Play on. Oh, no, he's hold up. No, it's high again. Two highs. He's got a second free kick. The drama here in the grand final. He quickly plays on. Inside forward, 50. Juggle, got it.
Play on, he's got
He's played on, though.
Touched off hands.
Big Harry Durkin, the capital.
And out of all of that, it falls into the hands of Farrell, who was just at the right spot at the right time after amongst all that chaos. Farrell
held his position.
I think it's floated to the right.
That hold up.
Gee, that wind has really hurt them. Suddenly it's swung again. Out of bounds.
That's Prospect's first inside 50 for the quarter. 12 minutes in, first inside 50.
Well, it's an important one because the Dogs were charging towards another goal, and any score here off the ground are behind. Are we at handy point stage on the handy point counter?
On the scale of handy points.
We're at 9-1 on the handy point ratio.
What does that even mean?
I'll let you determine that.
Can't. Out of bounds. It's harder now, though. The clock is ticking on South Season. It would be the great steal, wouldn't it, by the Dogs, if they manage something. It's a long. They look like a long way from home, though. It's such a 160 plus metres this ground. I think it's 1 metre longer than the MCG or within that.
But Willis was right. Where was that momentum early on in the game, like in the second quarter or something?
I think they obviously have changed their game plan. They're trying to move the ball on by foot, less of the linkage handball. They've realised the conditions, the ground and the game, and Prospect's wonderful footy.
Unfortunately, it might be too little, too late, though.
Yeah,
to recognise that earlier.
South desperately trying something here.
90 seconds.
It's going to be a Prospect grand final, we think. Jones involved, throw up. We're in the dying stages of Div1 grand final for the 12s. He ducked as he went in. Could be holding the ball as well. He's thrown his hands out and said he didn't have it. The ball end up came out. It's going to go back here, so it's a Bulldog last hurrah.
The Prospect players, sorry mate, they're getting ready to run on the ground down here. They're getting ready with a minute to go.
Yeah, aren't they? So it's going to be a Prospect premiership. Looks like a bit of an upset here in the Div1 12 NTJFA grand final, but maybe one more time as French, it missed him. Turner bashes it forward. Kabishli was involved early and nearly had an opportunity to score one of the great goals in 12's footy on a grand final. Just enough pressure from Prospect to slow this Bulldog last attack. We had a late goal in the last game. There's Norton off the ground. He's missed to the left.
Goal saving effort.
With 20 seconds to go, it probably wouldn't be enough. The handshakes are happening. Prospect are going to get the Div1 12s boys grand final. And the Dogs haven't lost one for a while.
No.
And they're going to lose this one.
There it is.
Prospect are victors.
There they come.
5-2-22 to South Launceston. 3-4-22. A 32-22. 10-point victory for the Hawks.
Yeah, well done to Prospect Hawks. The better side all day in that game. Again, Bulldogs put up a bit of a fight late, but it just too little too late, really.
Yeah, congratulations to Chris Cheek and everyone at Prospect. I mean, this obviously means something for these guys now. There's some nice camaraderie there coming in from Harry Durkin, who kicked that goal. Just quickly through the goal kickers. Firstly, the Bulldogs, they kicked 2 of their 3 goals in a space of 90 seconds, wasn't it? We suddenly got all excited. But unfortunately not enough. But it was French, Norton and Gamble kicking goals. And for Prospect, it was Jones. Sam Sullivan were the first of the game. Harry Robinson with that beauty. Mason and Harry Durkin in the Capitals. It was a victory for the ages for Prospect. They've got 4 teams in the grand final. They're probably the second biggest club in the NTJFA in relation to numbers and success at the moment, with South Lonnie with 5 through to the grand final. A few of the better players before we wrap it up. We've got Michael Maney, actually someone who's trained to do this stuff, coming in next to do some commentary.
Thank God.
Some stats, some numbers from you, and maybe if we don't mute Wilders, some stats from him.
So I'll just move on. Well done to Prospect, and commiserations to South Launceston. I thought Harry Gamble tried hard all day for South Launceston, as did Campbell Main. Harry Morrison was good. Lockie French and Eddie Cook was serviceable too. But I thought probably across 4 quarters of the game, I thought Noah Jones, number 3, was great for Prospect. William Cheek had his moments, as did Kerblishi. Was great first half, probably tracking to a best on ground, and young Oscar Alexander. So Harry Durkin stood strong. So well done to Prospect. Wilders, stats?
Look, if you looked at the stats across the board, it's a pretty even game other than the last quarter. South had their chances, 12 inside 50s to 2, but couldn't get it done, leaving them with 25 across the game. But probably the biggest one is the marks, 18 to 11 in favour of Prospect. It contrasted the game styles, and as we've alluded to, it would have been nice to see South unshackle themselves and just try and take it on a bit earlier.
Well, we saw a late change from South. That last quarter, they definitely tried a different strategy. Get the ball in the boot, get the ball forward, get some run. They had some people in the middle that were doing some damage, including Harry Gamble, but not quite enough. Congratulations to Prospect, but also congratulations for South's super season. In the end, final scores: Prospect 5-2-32 to South Launceston Bulldogs 3-4-22. We've got 14s coming up next. Thanks for you, Nathan Warren. Thanks to you, Wilders. You'll be involved throughout the rest of the day. Any more stats to finish? Any more Plover stats?
On a 3-2-1 basis in the commentary box, Nathan, you were 1.
That's all right.
Makes you clearly the third.
Yeah, appreciate it, mate. All right, we'll have all the celebrations of the Prospect. We've got 14s. Michael Maney will come into the commentary box. I hope you're enjoying it out there on live stream. NTJFA. The entrees are done. We're moving into the mains. Coming up next. Bye for now.